I did there again, folks. Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off of my Sampler Platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Serious videos I've been doing for a little while now, where I go over there and try out food and drink items. Sometimes I highlight restaurants that I like or things like that. But the general focus is really just kind of me going over there and being some sort of glutton, to try all this new stuff, and then for people to watch and hopefully enjoy it. Maybe take some consumer advice away, or if nothing else, just to, watch in shock and awe as I exist as I do. Anyway, folks, with all that said, of course, I'm joined as always by Peter K. and Thunderbolt Poster. Terrible old ladder off to the side. And I got a pretty nice picture of my Marvel Legends figures up there. I'm also wearing my badass John Carpenter's The Thing t-shirt from TeePublic. I keep pimping out all this stuff, and yeah, no endorsements yet. I always make those little jabs and stuff like that, like I think it's going to actually happen, and I so don't. And that's perfectly fine, because I'm doing this all for bullshit reasons. But anyway, folks, bullshit reasons as they are. What am I trying for y'all today, folks? Boom! Yeah, folks, we're going to try some Haagen Daz Spirits Rosé and Cream Ice Cream. Because sure. I saw this at the store. You can see it's new. They're letting you know it's a new product. I don't know why I went mildly Canadian when I said that. It's cold. We'll go with that. But yeah, I saw this the last time I made my way out to the Walmart, as it were. And I was like, alright, sure. And I'll be the first person to admit, like, I'm not usually much of a Haagen Daz guy when it comes to ice cream. I'm not directly opposed or anything. I'm kind of a Ben and Jerry's guy. I love me some fish food, though I try my best to stay the hell away from it, because, like, I don't need all that in my life. But I'm sure I've had Haagen Daz plenty of times in my life, I know. So, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Haagen Daz, I believe it means nothing. Like, the actual title of it, I want to say it was Haagen Daz, where, like, I watched, like, a little mini documentary on it and stuff, and they're just like, yeah, no, it doesn't mean anything, it's nonsense words that we went over there and slapped together to sound foreign, because we figured that Americans would buy stuff that sounded foreign. And it worked, so there you go. But yeah, this one, I saw it, and it just sounded interesting. I mean, it's rosé and cream ice cream. Sure. I don't think I've ever had rosé. I'm aware of it. I'm not really, like, a big wine person in general. I'm not hugely opposed to it or anything. I'll have a glass at, Thanksgiving or whatever. But, yeah, if nothing else, it seems like it'll be interesting. Apparently it contains less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. I guess still very, very mildly alcoholic. Let's see, ingredients: cream, skim milk, sugar, egg yolks, grape juice concentrate, natural flavor, black carrot, and pumpkin concentrate. What the hell's a black carrot? I'm gonna have to look that up now. Is that like a fucking metal carrot? Metal. For color. Citric acid, wine. Yeah, wine is literally third from the bottom. So yeah, it's a tiny part of the equation, as one would expect. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, like, there are, like, alcoholic ice creams with, like, higher content. Don't super quote me on that and, like, go looking for it and then getting mad if you don't find it. That's just my memory being a thing. I know I think it was Shark Tank, I want to say, they had, like a group of guys who went over there and came up with, like, beer ice cream. So, I don't know if that was alcoholic, though, or if it just tasted like beer. If that was the case, then I guess if you like the taste of beer, I'm not usually that into it. No significant difference has been shown between milk and, yeah, okay. And it's got a little saying on the thing here. Since 1960, our passion has been to transform the finest ingredients into extraordinary ice cream. The Spirits collection features a perfect pairing of extraordinary ice cream with a finely crafted spirit. Wine-infused sweet cream ice cream is folded together with a freshly tart rosé-flavored swirl. Ew! Sounds fancy. And it is interesting that it mentions it being part of a collection. So presumably that means that there's others out there, and if there are, I'll give them a shot. Unless this kills me, who knows? Maybe I'm allergic to rosé somehow. Let's open the thing. And I just literally just before doing this, I did another ice cream review of a very special variety. So go ahead and give that one a shot. I imagine it would be uploaded before that. But to be fair, I really, I would like it if I had a flowing continuity of these videos, but I super don't. Because a lot of times I'll go over there and I'll do videos. I do these like in batches and stuff. And a lot of times they'll just kind of sit on my phone and I'll upload. Because I only upload, maybe like 2 or 3 a week at this point. But I have a lot more. And sometimes, like as I'm doing this, we've got a holiday coming up and stuff, so things just get mixed around. But I would imagine that I'll probably have done the other one before this one, I would think. All right. So the other one was easier to open. Okay. You can see it. It looks like ice cream. It's got like a very mild pinkish coloring to it. And right off the bat, I'll say this. That does kind of smell like wine. I guess specifically rosé. Again, I don't have personal experience there. But yeah, I mean, it's not like super strong. I mean, for one thing, it's ice cream. Ice cream in general doesn't have like a super strong smell anyway. But it's there, and it does have that, it has like a very, very, very mild alcoholic smell to it, like just the tiniest bit. So I'm intrigued. So I'm going to consume. Ooh, that's nice and soft. It was in my freezer, but with my freezer, I have to kind of move things around a bit because it's very, very cold. And if I have things at the back, it will freeze. So if I want something to not be completely dead frozen, I have to push it closer to the front. So all of the ice creams that I have, like the little pints, they're in the door to keep them from becoming a rock. So you can see there's a little swirl in there. Let's give it a shot, folks. Okay. Texture-wise, it's nice and creamy. I don't know where Haagen Daz falls on the the list of quality ice creams or whatever. I'm sure that there's groups and stuff out there, but it's a nice texture. It does its thing. Taste-wise, it is very tasty. I would say the closest comparison I could think of would maybe be like a very light raspberry ice cream. It kind of has a little bit of a similar taste to it. But then, yeah, it has a nice sweetness throughout. It has kind of a nice little fruitiness to it. And then kind of at the end, you get this little extra something, which I guess is, the alcoholic content. That's familiar. I mean, if you've, had wines and such. But it's very, it's present, Certainly nothing you're going to miss, but at the same time, they didn't overdo it, which I think is very, very smart. Um, I mean, it's one thing if you want to go over there and make, like a proper alcoholic ice cream or something like that. You know, that's what you're going in for. But this is something that's meant to just be, widely distributed to people. So you don't want to have, like, a heavy alcoholic taste or burn to it. Um, I think they did, I genuinely think they did a great job of incorporating that element just enough so that it's very palatable. And not only palatable, but it gives it like a nice little extra something. Because otherwise, it would just be like kind of a really good tasting. Again, like I said, kind of raspberry, almost raspberry-esque ice cream. Um, yeah, like I said, I mean, I don't know in terms of how accurate it is to. I got ice cream on my shirt. I don't know how accurate it is in terms of being close to rosé flavor, as it were. But at least in terms of being a interesting and good ice cream flavor, I think they did a really good job with this. Like, seriously, this is very, very tasty. Not even being, like I said, like a wine guy, or anything like that. Certainly it's just an ice cream. It's really good and it's unique. And I like that. I think they did a very good job of not only flavor pairing, but of flavor balance. And I think that with something like this, that's super important. Because again, if you go too far with it, then it really sort of, it becomes its own thing. Where it's potentially gimmicky, or you're really kind of trying to aim for a different market. Whereas with this, I think they really hit the nail on the head in terms of coming up with something that I think, even if you're not interested in rosé or something like that, this is just a very tasty ice cream flavor. So, yeah, I mean, that's my immediate take on it. Would I recommend it? I 100% would. This fully gets my endorsement. Sorry, my hamsters are being silly. Yeah, it definitely gets my endorsement. I can't. It's one of those things where, like, usually I try to kind of play with, my suggestion as to, like, to who a potential audience might be. I really do think, I mean, if you're going into it as an ice cream, I don't see any reason why the vast majority of people wouldn't enjoy it if you're already going into it, just wanting an ice cream. Because as a flavor, it's unique, but it's not gimmicky. It's not like overselling itself or anything. It's just really tasty, but then just also just kind of fun and weird. So that's my takeaway from it, folks. So like I said, if there's others available, I will absolutely check them out because I think they really, really knocked it out of the park. And maybe I should add in Haagen Daz more to my my repertoire of food that I probably shouldn't be eating. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sign off. If you could, before I go ahead and get out of here, 5 things, folks. You go over there and have yourself a amazing rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, a monumentous rest of your month, a fabulous rest of your year, and a delightfully good and unique, like the spirits and rosé and cream ice cream that I just had, rest of your life. And then the final 2 things for me, folks. Could go over there, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible, but it is always appreciated. And even if you can't go over there and bring, some positivity in the world, maybe your life's just not in that place right now, try not to be an asshole if you can. Again, not always possible. We're all going to have those days. But, again, always appreciated. Can't put something positive into the world, try not to take anything away. Last thing, folks, Go over there, go out and do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Especially with something positive, something good you can bring to the world. Write a song, come up with a whole concept album. I actually have a concept album in my head at the moment, despite the fact that I have no musical talent, can't play any instruments or anything like that, but like I kind of want to do something with it. But I mean, go over, film a movie, do whatever, as long, like I said, you do the thing, you do you. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to hang out with my hamsters because they're being all silly and adorable. Anyway, folks, have a good one. Bye.